One thing I often see people talk about when it comes to planning for their life is their purpose. What is your life purpose? And people are feeling lost, or they don't feel like they're living up to their life's purpose. And I've actually talked a little bit about life purpose. I just didn't label it as such. So I'll link that video above and below. But when I created my 5-year plan, I actually focused on creating a mission statement. My mission is what has helped me carve out the path for my life that I'm currently on. It is what's helping drive me. I was actually introduced to the idea of creating a mission for my life by Tanya Dalton, who is the creator of the Inkwell Press brand. But the reason it struck me is because I do that regularly. When I am consulting with nonprofit organizations, one of the things we always look at is the mission of the organization, because it is a one-sentence statement that shares what value the organization offers, who they serve, and how. And if the organization is operating well, it is meeting the mission every single day. The mission is the guideline. It is the guidepost for everything they do. It's not easy to come up with a good mission for a nonprofit, but it's so important because, like I said, it's the guideline, but also if the organization isn't meeting that mission, it's a clear indication that the organization needs to either change their mission or move on and shut down the organization they currently have, right? So the mission really is supremely important at a nonprofit organization. So when looking at this idea, I was like, why haven't I applied this to my life? It really could be useful, right? The mission is what drives the work of the organization. So if I spend time figuring out a mission for myself for just 3 to 5 years, right? A mission doesn't have to be the same for your entire life. If I figure that out, that can help push me to continue the work I'm doing in this plan for the full 5 years. It can be what drives me, and it could be my litmus test for everything I do in life. And so one thing I really like to use when I'm helping nonprofit organizations either create or evaluate their mission is the Hedgehog Concept. And the Hedgehog Concept comes from this book. It's called Good to Great by Jim Collins. And I actually had to read this in graduate school as part of my study. It talks about why some companies succeed and exceed expectations, and why some don't last. So in the Hedgehog Concept, there are 3 questions you ask. And then you take the answers and use them to create a one-sentence mission statement. Question number 1. And it's so easy to create this list, right? You're passionate about so many things generally, and I encourage you to write everything. Everything that you are passionate about. Work, values, etc. What are you passionate about? Be specific. When I did this, I wrote everything down and then I called it into groupings, right? And that helped me figure out even my YouTube content, right? Because I thought that I created YouTube content just to share as the creative outlet. You know, I'm not the best at it, but I thought that's what I do. That's the reason I do it. But once I put everything down, I realized I'm passionate about YouTube for the same reason I'm passionate about nonprofit work, because I really value building community. I'm one of those people who I'm like, I'm not just gonna talk about it, I'm gonna be about building community. And I never really analyzed that to the point that I did until I answered that question. And that led to the second question: what can you be the best in the world at? And in the business realm, that means best in the world at, better than other people. But in personal life, I took out other people. I said, what can I be the best in the world at? Who cares if someone else is doing it? What can I be the best in the world at? And I listed everything I could think of. I listed my skills. I listed all my strengths. I love this because it's focusing on your strengths. Even in this content I'm creating for you all, sharing what I did to get to where I am in the last couple of years, I'm thinking very deeply about it, right? I'm sharing books and other things because I know I can be the best in the world at this, right? I can share my journey and exactly what I did to get there. That's me being the best me, right? Focusing on my strengths. I'm really good at this thing, right? I do it for work. I'm really good at it. And so that's me focusing on what I can be the best in the world at. Doesn't mean that other people aren't better than me at it. It doesn't mean that other people can't contribute to what I do, but it does mean that I have identified what I'm going to put my energy into, right? How I'm going to live my life based on what makes me happy, what brings me joy, what I'm good at, instead of focusing on what I'm not good at or what I can't be the best in the world at. So I think it's very important to answer that question and answer it fully and robustly. And then the last question is, what drives your economic engine? And as an individual, I think this is such an important question. It's really important for nonprofits too, but what drives my economic engine? YouTube ain't what drives my economic engine, right? What drives my economic engine is my 9 to 5, and I just happen to love my work. But it's really important that I know that so that I don't prioritize creating online content over getting my work done, right? Over putting energy into growing in my career. I put the majority of my energy into that space. And then creating content online actually helps me in that space. So I do remember that when I'm doing this. If I want to step away, I step away, right? Because this is not what drives my economic engine. And setting that priority is really helpful in deciding what plans you're going to make for your life, right? Where you're going to put your energy, what you're going to really invest year after year into building. But in the end, answering these 3 questions provided me with clarity and helped me come up with a 1-sentence mission statement. The beauty of working with the Hedgehog Concept is that once you answer these questions and kind of group your answers and come up with 1 sentence for that question, you are really a lot better able to come up with a 1-sentence mission for your life for the next couple of years. Most importantly, creating this mission is providing me with the litmus test it provides nonprofit organizations. So when I'm deciding to create change in my life, when I'm deciding to take a job, move my life, or do something as simple as that next race, that next 5K, 10K, I ask myself, is this fulfilling my mission or taking away from it? Am I reaching for that mission or am I running away from it? And it really does help me make decisions in life that brings me joy. It helps me stack positive decisions to then eventually create positive change in my life. This 3 to 5 year plan is all about stacking positive changes, right? And I have to get rid of the negative stuff, right? I have to trash what isn't working for me. But this mission helps me focus very clearly on what's working, what isn't working, what I need to stack to build the life I want, the life I've imagined, or what I need to work on and let go of. For me, creating a mission isn't about fulfilling my life's purpose or anything of that sort. It's about choosing with intention to steer my life. I cannot control the world around me. I cannot control, a lot of things that happen in the world, but I can put myself in the driver's seat. I can reach beyond doubt and fear and take risks based on what I know I want out of life. So my mission in life is to believe in my own skills and to use those skills to create the life I've imagined in my own way and in my own time. And I believe I'm doing that. So in the comments below, let me know if you have a life's mission. Let me know if you have even heard of the Hedgehog Concept or if you would like to try it. And until next time, be well, be safe, and find a bit of joy in every day. Bye. haven't read this book, I do encourage you to do so, whether you're in business or not. One, you'll recognize a lot of the major companies that are around. You could see how they got to where they are. But also, it's just a really good reference for exceptionalism, really, and for those people and organizations that push beyond mediocrity.